Hey everybody, Peter from Shootopia.
And I'm Laura from Align Foot Orthics.
And today we are going to talk about footwear modifications.
Yes, so we won't get to this quite yet, but some of the most common modifications that I see are actually in a sandal. So a lot of the times with, say, a Birkenstock or Mephisto, you might not find that there as much support as you maybe need. Maybe you're used to wearing an orthotic and then you go to something like this, it just isn't enough to feel comfortable. So one of the big things that I do is I'll sometimes add in what we call an arch cookie or a scaphoid pad, and it actually sits on top of the support that's already there. This is blue, but I will cover it up with a brown suede to match, and that just gives you a little extra piece of support. That's about $30 for a pair of sandals, so it's not like you're breaking the bank.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So another thing is adding in maybe a metatarsal pad. Same thing if you're having any sort of forefoot pain. If you have a met pad on your orthotics and you're used to that, I can add that into a sandal. That can also be added into footwear as well.
We do get that a fair bit for people that have been wearing, especially in the spring.
Yes.
When people have been wearing their orthotic in their shoe or boot all winter long, and then they come back into the sandal and like, oh, I'm not feeling the Met, you know, and that's even more than the arch. We hear about the Met.
Yeah. So that's a big one then. You can add those in as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So this is.
I'll flip you.
Okay, so this is one of. It's obviously not very common that we would do something like this, but this is a shoe lift. So we can do lifts inside the shoe to a certain extent, and then at a certain point you have to go outside the shoe.
This one you can't do inside the shoe.
You definitely can't. Yeah. So this is for a gentleman that was in a car accident. His one leg is a lot longer than the other, and I think it's about 12 centimeters, and we have to build up that difference somehow. So this sole has been cut open, added it in the lift, and then sandwiched with the existing sole back onto it, and then that way he can walk more evenly, and his hips and pelvis can stay even.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen at the store people are coming in with mods on their sandals, on their shoes, on their work boots, on almost anything. And really, at our footwear store, we have a pretty good idea of what can be modified and what can't, but we always will recommend that you're going to go back to the person that's doing the modifications once you have the shoe, so that they'll confirm with you that they can actually modify what it is that you've picked in store.
Yeah. So I mean, everybody's got a different case, and you walk differently, and so definitely check with whatever provider you are seeing. But a couple general things to keep in mind is the wider the base of the shoe, the better. This is almost even a little bit narrow in through here, so a little bit wider, say for a walking shoe. That just gives you the most stability side to side, especially with a lift. And then you also want to stay away from something that has some gel or some air pockets in them as well.
Right.
Those are just hard to cut into.
Right, and you're not going to get the structural integrity of
Exactly.
what you're looking for
Exactly.
as part of the base.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what other mods can you do other than just the lifts?
So we can also do something called a buttress, and that's kind of increasing the medial or the inside of the shoe or the outside of the shoe, just increasing that support if the orthotic itself can't do enough. Lacing techniques are also a simple way of modifying, and then we can also do stretching, which I know you guys do.
Yeah, so right in store we actually will do a certain amount of stretching, and even bunion pulls and stuff like that. We have a tool that can actually pull out a small area if you have a bunion or hammer toe or something like that that's giving a little bit of uncomfortable feelings in that footwear. So and that's something we just kind of do as part of the service here at Shootopia.
Right. You always want to get something that fits to your foot anyway, but if you need that extra little pocket.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a little wee modification. So hopefully this has helped. If you're dealing with some issues where you need some modifications in your sandals, in your shoes, in your work boots, any of that sort of stuff, hopefully this video will help you out understanding a little bit more of what you can and cannot do for some of the footwear that's out there. For now, I'm Peter from Shootopia at shootopia.ca.
And I'm Laura from Align Foot Orthics, alignfootorthics.com.
Right on. So we'll see you again on another edition of Feel Good Feet. Bye for now.
Bye.